You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. LSU football over the weekend. It was a busy recruiting weekend. A lot of official visitors over the weekend. But meanwhile, actually in the middle of the game on Sunday, while LSU was taking on Kentucky, the Tigers got a little bit of disappointing news. The four-star tight end for 2024, Tavion Galloway, one of the first commitments of this class, incidentally, tweeted he is decommitting from LSU. After reconsideration, I've decided to take a step back, decommit from LSU. He said, please respect my decision. No interviews at this time. We did interview Tavion Galloway here on the show back in August. He committed to LSU last July. So about 11 months ago, Tavion Galloway, four-star tight end, committed to LSU. This was Galloway on this show a year ago on why he picked LSU.
For me, one of the biggest deciders was probably really my relationship with Coach Denbrock. He was recruiting me out of Cincinnati before he was even at LSU. And me and him, we just had a real tight, genuine connection. And that just went a long way with me. And he showed, like, how much he was willing to do for me and how much he actually wanted me. Like, because whenever he got to LSU, I was actually the first class of 24 person that he had offered. And that just meant a lot to me, and it showed like how much he really wanted to do for me, how much like he really wanted me. And then it just really felt like home for my first visit there. I visited there 2 times so far, but each time I went there, it just felt like home, and it felt better than any other program in the country to me.
Galloway was in Baton Rouge not long ago as well. He tweeted a photo of himself here in Baton Rouge, so it's a little odd to see the time. But remember, since then, LSU also got a commitment from Trades Green, who's the number 1 player in Louisiana for 2024, was a tight end, receiver, hybrid, 6'6", 240-pounder. But you know what's interesting? It is almost surprising to me how little this news moved me. And I'm generally not the person that's like gung-ho recruiting guy. You've listened to the show long enough, you know. And Galloway's a really good player. He's 6'5", 230. In the 247 composite, he's a 4-star. He's the number 247 overall player in the country, the 11th best tight end in the country, the 8th best player of the state of Ohio. He's got some major offers as well. But I think the reason why I'm so I don't want to say apathetic, but I think the reason why I'm so unmoved by Tavion Galloway decommitting is because of the depth LSU has started to accrue at tight end and who coaches LSU. I mean, when you think about last year, it was Cole Taylor, Mason Taylor, a 3-star true freshman, and Nick Storrs. Like, those were your tight ends. Remember, like, Nick Storrs had a medical retirement, came back to football. Like, those were your tight ends a year ago. Cole Taylor, who was basically best known for having his shoe thrown against Florida. Mason Taylor, who's a 3-star true freshman, and a former pitcher who had a medical retirement and came back. Those were your tight ends. But look at where you are now, man. Mason Taylor has a blow-up freshman year. And then in this most recent class, you signed Mac Markway, one of the best tight ends in the country out of the St. Louis area. You got Jackson McGowan and Kamorian Pimpton, who's a big, tall, athletic guy who you flipped from Vanderbilt. So you've now added those 3 freshmen to a class that already had Mason Taylor in it. And then you look at next year for 2024 with Trades Green committed, and Green being the number 1 player in the state of Louisiana, one of the top tight ends in the country for 2024, 6'6", 240, big, athletic, freakish guy. And, you know, I think it's easy to look and say, all right, well, in 2024, you're going to have Mason Taylor, the 3 guys I just mentioned, and Trades Green. Now you got 5 scholarship tight ends. I mean, by the time you hit the field in 2024, we're going to be talking about in a 2-year span going from Mason Taylor, Cole Taylor, and Nick Storrs to 5 scholarship tight ends that could all potentially be NFL draft picks. So, I mean, it's never fun to see your program lose a commitment. I mean, decommits aren't fun, but LSU's got the 11th ranked class in the country right now, 15 total commits, and you've got the number one player in Louisiana in Trades Green committed still, and Brian Kelly's still a coach who had 9 tight ends drafted during his time at Notre Dame. So the position he knows best how to identify talent, recruit, develop, and get to the next level. Tight end, offensive line. And I just have no doubt we're going to see what the guys they have. So wish Tavion Galloway the best, but he's no longer a member of LSU's 2024 class. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.